Hello, 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 everybody. Today's Friday, Freestyle Fridays, and I am so excited to be here and excited to be alive. If you are a returning person to our channel, thank you for coming back and thank you for supporting. I really, really do appreciate you for sharing, for spreading the love, for putting up the likes when you do, for engaging in the comment section, and for just being a great, great supporter. I so appreciate you more than you know. I also want to welcome in any new people that are coming on in. I'm going to give people a moment to slide in as YouTube does its job and give people some notifications. Again, if you are new, my name is Sonia Marie. Welcome. Today is Freestyle Fridays. This is a very limited edition of Freestyle Fridays, I want to add, because as I change my business model up slowly but surely, tourist style, anybody that knows tourist energy knows what I mean. Definitely taking my time, but it is of quality. But as I change up some things, Freestyle Fridays will probably dissolve. So I'm going to take the opportunity for the next couple of weeks to utilize Freestyle Fridays, and I suggest you do the same. So that means invite some people if they want to come and get a quick little free reading on Fridays when I can make it, give or take. It's not like holiday season or the day of a holiday. I haven't really figured that out yet. When is Christmas and Thanksgiving? Thanksgiving is always on a Thursday. Trying to figure out. Anyway, Christmas is on a Monday. In any case, I'll be here. If I'm here, y'all, invite them to come back to get some mini reads before it's over, January 1st, 2024. That's when Freestyle Fridays will be done. But I will be back with the weekly rundown, a brief little weekly rundown, just letting y'all know of the changes that are coming in and kind of killing time as people roll on in as well. I don't know if y'all know, but I do readings. I do readings, and I'm gonna have fun doing them today because I haven't had a lot in a while, a few here and there in the last couple of days. So I'm excited to share. If you know your sun, your moon, and your rising sign, or if you are in the house with somebody that wants a quick reading and they have their sun, their moon, or their rising sign, please put that up in a brief second after I say hello to everybody. If you don't know and you want to go on the website, on a web, the World Wide Webby, go to ALABE.com. That's ALABE.com. In the center of the homepage, you'll see free natal chart. Click that, then put your time, your date, and place of birth in there. And your sun, your moon, well, your whole natal chart will definitely come up. But you should be able to determine what your sun and your moon and your rising sign via that free natal chart. So come on and put the information up because I'm hot and ready to serve y'all and share some information if you'd like. Before I say hello to everybody, let me just tell y'all to have this beautiful, beautiful day wrapped around you today. Today, like every aspect in the sky is harmonious. Do y'all remember that from Monday? From our weekly rundown? Today is a really good day in the sense that all the water is flowing. Now, it can prove to be a little arduous for you. Just a little quick note. If you are stubborn, how you spell that? Stubborn against flow. If you don't want the flow, you got to flow. The universe flows. That's how the universe is created, by a flow. By a flow, a breeze, a little bit of ash from the burn, and a little bit of, some earth, making it all come together. Y'all got that, right? In any case, what's up? Let me say what's happening to everybody. Stay in the flow, all right? Moni Love is here. And my child, what up, Scorpio? What's going on? Latanya Powers is here. China Wangs and Bryn Queen, nice to see you in here. Hi, Sandra, what's going on? And Renee Connor is here. Rabbi Rob. Happy Venus Day to you. Is it a Venus Day? Excuse me. Comacita Perez. Oh, ¿cómo estás? What's going on, sweetie pie? I hope you're doing well today. I hope you are doing well. All right, Brent said, I got my notification. What's up, YouTube? Y'all giving people your notifications? I'm about to get up on this thing and make sure that we actually solidify this YouTube relationship real quick. And then we're going to move it on, y'all. 2024 is bringing some great things. Y'all ready? Do y'all feel it? Like on some real shit, do you feel it? Now, here comes a download. Here comes a download. You ready? You ready? I've been talking and preaching and sharing and being quelled by spirit with this vision, with this necessary analogy of the bottleneck. And I know most of you may know, some of you may not, but this bottleneck that I've been talking about, and how basically, in summary, Cliff Note version, that we are all being squoze out, and we actually have popped through the bottleneck, and now we're existing in this space where nobody really knows what it is. Nobody really knows this space. Nobody knows where we're going. However, in some never, I feel that we are all creating lanes. We are all creating groups. We are all creating boundaries around our family. We are all creating protective cases around our interests and our passions and our priorities. That's where we are right now. Like, we are floating in the abyss, not necessarily having, stay with the analogy in the picture, y'all. This is in regards to life and where we are with life in this moment in time, right? Do you feel? And you may not. So let me not put this thought or this feeling in your head. But here's the question. Do you feel like you are floating in the abyss with no real direction, no designation to go to acquire of your own, but you know you're going somewhere? And in the midst of us going somewhere, wherever that is, that led feeling, we are gathering, we are absolutely dismantling and breaking shit down per Scorpio season. We don't need to go there no more, do we? We don't need to go there no more, huh? We've been digging and excavating, right? Getting rid of, right? But at the same time, simultaneously, we've been adding to as well, adding to our family, adding to our sacred space, those that we trust, adding to our sound ways of making money, and a couple of ways in which we may or may not work, but we know how we're going to pay our rent, how we're going to pay our car note, how we're going to pay the kids to go to school, blah, 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 blah. We are solidifying. Are y'all with me? That this makes no sense? No, y'all don't feel this? But as we grab our groups and as we are being very, very, and if you do in this space and place, if you don't know, we put 3 Y's to signify yes, yes, y'all, to the beach, y'all, you know, little homage to Wordlife in the 80s and hip hop and all that. So if you agree, if you with us, say yes, yes, 3 Y's, yes, yes, y'all. Okay. But the bottom line is that this actual nebulous feeling, even though initially, and I'm sure for the past couple of months, we've all been in some way afraid. Again, because if you're not in control and you don't like to go with the flow, you could be afraid of getting all out of sorts on some level. But how about we flip it just for like 2 seconds? Okay, maybe 30. How about we flip it and really enjoy that space? We've talked about this before, like being that kid, feeling that this is new, staying in the light, creating our lane. Enjoy it. Feel like this is new and get excited and create our lane, minding your business, creating your lane. And this conversation has come up several times the last couple of days with folks that I know in regards to minding our business. Are we supposed to subscribe to everything that's happening in the world? All the things that are doing its best to rob our light? All the fear mongers that are all around via the internet, via the news, via this weird ass government, via even people in our spaces and places that don't want to grow and that don't want to evolve. And they are obviously throwing dirt and igniting arguments and confrontations just cause. Are you noticing the desperation and the things that are holding on, trying not for us to get the light? Well, if we remain in our space, if we focus on what we need to focus on and mind our business, can't nobody rob us of that. And I think sometimes we judge people on how we should be social, how we should be a citizen, how we should love people, how we should pay attention to what's going on in Haiti and Congo and the Congo and in the Middle East, and how we should, listen, like, and I'm just going to reiterate this shit because I'm not going to get into no big political discussion. It makes no sense to me, and it doesn't feed me. What feeds me is knowing that y'all are doing okay. What feeds me is knowing that this information is going out into the world and we are creating a lane. We are creating light around us, because just like people are out there fighting the good fight, that's you. You want to be on that front line, that's you. That's good. Do that thing with your whole heart. What I'm going to be responsible for is upholding the light in the camp, because it's not everybody is going to leave. And if everybody don't leave, who's going to take care of the ones that are left? I help until I can't. no more until God takes me. But I'll be assigned to that. That's just my position. We know what's going on. We don't have to be downtrodden with the fear and the anger and the terror that is running among this country, this fucking world, taking us down like the beautiful trees. Get that poetry. I'm just saying, something that just wanted to come through real quick. I hope y'all understand. I hope y'all understand. So please stop judging folks. Let them fight their fight in the way that they need to fight their fight, even if it's just one prayer. Prayer works. Don't get it twisted. Don't let the thoughts and prayer thing that they have floating in the air as a throwaway sentiment take the power away from it. If you are praying somebody, pray. Okay, I'm done with that. Anybody got Sonja is funny. I've been talking to myself and talking to spirit and everybody else at the same time as they're giving me instructions. I'm like, okay, I'm done. As I sweat and let all this shit come through. Hey, I'm really excited today to see y'all. I don't see you, but I see your names. I'm excited to be here. So if y'all have any questions, please, and very please, do yourself a favor. Number one, try to make it a general question for anybody and everybody to benefit from. And number two, put some question marks and or exclamation points if you just want to say a statement in front of and behind the sentence. For some reason today, I really can't see. I don't know what was going on. I keep messing with the computer like, can I make everything bigger? You minding your business, Sonja? Good for you, honey bun. True Empress, right? Hey, how you doing? Okay, so Latanya put up her information. I'm gonna start with the readings because, like I said, I'm ready to do that thing. And please forgive me, y'all. Today is an extremely hormonal day. I have the air conditioner on. It's not even. I don't want this thing no more, y'all. Okay, let me go on to what I gotta do. Let me do what I gotta do. Do what I gotta do to break your heart. Latanya, you got the sun in Virgo, the moon in Scorpio, and a rising Gemini. A rising in Gemini. Ooh, look at that. Looky. Okay, first of all, that sun in Virgo and your rising, that's a little bit of a situation. And I sometimes start with this, sometimes I don't, depends on how spirit takes me. But check this out. The Virgo in you is very, very detail orientated and ruled by Mercury. The Gemini in you on the rise is very, very informational orientated and loves to assimilate information and is also Mercury ruled, which is really, really interesting is that Gemini and Virgo energy do not get along because they assimilate, they deal with, they parlay information in two different ways. And it's almost like the information gets caught in a traffic jam some kind of way. So the Virgo in you, your natural sense, Latanya, is to be very, very discriminating and cautious about the information that comes to you. Because again, you want to break it down into detail. You want to make sure it's not only useful, but it's worth your time and anybody else's time that you'd like to service this information out to. However, the Gemini on the rise, she's not as particular. She is a little bit happy when it comes to receiving information. So what that sounds like to me, just the visual, this is how I try to teach astrology, to make it intuitive and make it very, very visual, because I'm an artist and some people learn in that way. Are you? Join the village hut. In any case, the bottom line is that Gemini takes all the information. Imagine wearing all your clothes. You get all the information. You wear all your clothes in 3 days, and now in the fourth day, you have no clothes. Now you got to sit back and decide what to wash, you have all this information with nothing to do, or you're paralyzed with all the information. The Virgo has the information, Latanya, because Gemini keeps giving it to it. But sometimes you take the information as the Virgo and you get paralyzed and you don't know what the fuck to do. And I know I oftentimes say that about Virgo energy, but it does have analysis paralysis depending on what's going on around it. It needs information and energy to feed its detailed motor. If you got Gemini just happy-go-lucky trying to get all the information and it's a square to Virgo, it doesn't like Virgo and Virgo doesn't like Gemini. And it's trying to give it a plethora, all this information and shit. Fucking Virgo is like, I can't take it. It's too much. What do I do? Let me pause. Let me pause. And then the moon in Scorpio, whenever you are triggered, whenever you feel like people are pushing you to assimilate the information or do good with the information, or even yourself, pushing yourself, being hard on yourself, that moon in Scorpio has a way of being punishing. That moon in Scorpio has a way of lashing out to other people, or you can be a little punishing to yourself too. Or you can be punishing to the women that are around you. Moon in Scorpio is not easy when it comes to relationship with women. Why? Because you probably had a weird relationship with your mom and or your family upbringing. So when I talk about that moon in Scorpio, per what that Gemini and Virgo is doing, they got all the information, and Scorpio is doing its best to try to control it because it's emotional and it's vengeful. So it needs to put out the information or put out whatever the Virgo and the Gemini is holding on to and so proud of in a very slow and observing, non-trusting kind of way. You're an interesting person, sweetie pie face. You got a lot of things inside of you that you don't necessarily want to give to other people, and you don't even know what to give. That's what I would say. In my opinion, generally speaking, I don't know who you are, Latanya. In my opinion, I would say, to be truthful with you, to find a way to take care of somebody. And I don't know if that's being a nurse or taking care of kids or taking care of disabled people. But with Scorpio being in the moon, it's a little bit of control. It's a little possession, but it's also deep, devoted care. So if you got all this information on a positive tip, maybe the Scorpio energy, the Scorpio moon, the Scorpio emotion can emote it, can care, can use its affection in a very determined, kind of sensitive way that Scorpio likes to deliver information without getting all twisted and getting vengeful, but some shit that is holding. Ooh, I hope that makes sense. Tanya, Spirit just read you, girl. That shit came out fast without any commas. Yee! Thank you, my child. You're so cute. You must have felt me as I just said that, huh? Renee, if y'all have something to say, please put a question mark or a statement. I hope that helped you, Latanya. A question mark or an exclamation point. All right. Renee said, I'm a Libra. I don't know the rest. How some never how horrible that sounds, but stuff could be helpful in my personal life. I'm sorry, baby. I don't know what that means. That's a little coded. Renee. You want me to read your sun, moon, and rise? I don't understand that, sweetie pie. Anybody else want a quick read? Their sun, their moon, or their rising, or somebody that's in the room at the time, or a question. I'm here for you. We can end this thing really, really quickly if you like. I just came here to shoot the shit and to share astrology. I am so excited, y'all. Let me share that. I'm excited about what's coming down. I don't even know what's coming down. I'm excited again about being in that space, because if you flip it, did I complete that thought? If you flip it and get excited like a little kid for not knowing where you're going, but the fact that you can create whatever you want right now. Even though things are being destroyed, even though people are getting their face hurt, even though people are leaving, even though you're moving, even though you're broke, I think the world, I think spirit, I think our ancestors, our guides, I think ourselves, we are all doing our best to help us to start at ground zero on some level. Do you see that? Consciously or subconsciously? Whether you want to or not, we are all being put on ground zero on that first level. So why not be excited about it? I don't think I finished that earlier thought. Like, we need to get excited in our lane and let everybody else handle what they need to handle. Not unless we can handle both lanes. Can you handle both lanes? Can you put a rifle in your hand and then go and pray the next day? Probably, maybe. I don't know. Is that you? I'm just saying. It's a lot easier to keep things focused and intentional if you have one lane, one aim. Focus. Ante up. Get the folks together and get happy about it. Those that are being destroyed in this moment in time, and I'm not talking about innocent lives. I'm talking about structures and policies and weird ass people that karma is biting them in the ass right now. All of them, whatever's happening, let it fall. We can't control it any old way. So we might as well get happy. I'm happy. It sounds like I done had a fifth of fucking Maker's Mark. Time to get happy. Anybody put the information up? So Renee, if you don't know your full natal chart, I think that's what you're expressing, sweetie pie face. You can go to ALABE.com. I don't know if you have access to the, I don't know if you're driving or anything like that and you can't do 2-3 things at one time, but ALABE got Tom, and goddamn. LAABE, goddamn. LAABE.com. Doggone it. On the home page has the free natal chart in the center of the page, and you can just put your information in there. If you don't know your time of birth, you know your date and your place, you can put 12 noon and tell me that, because that means it's a false rising, and I can just read your sun and your moon. Boom. There we go. Neighborhood astrologer to the rescue. Here we go. Okay. I don't see any questions, y'all. My child, you just put something up. Is that Virgo sun, Pisces moon, Capricorn rising? Okay, so I do know you a Scorpio, so that's not you, right? And here's the other question. Is that your child or is somebody in the room? I like to read people in the room. Please be honest, because I don't like to talk about people behind their back, so to speak. You know what I mean? I just don't want people to put up people's information and you solicit information about them and they don't know it. I don't think that's ethical, y'all. I'm just that type of person. You know what I mean? Oh, that's your son? Okay. If it's your son, that's a different story because you're a guardian of some sort. No, I'm just joking. What did we say he was? Virgo sun, Pisces moon, Capricorn rising. Well, I do love the fact that, okay, so even though Virgo and Pisces is opposite, everybody has an opposite, y'all, right? Virgo's opposite is Pisces. Pisces is Virgo. The reason why I like that opposite, in many opposite positions when it comes to the sun, the moon, and the rise, especially the sun and the moon, is because the sun is who you are, the moon is how you emote. So oftentimes it's a nice little balance when you can emote in one energy, or I should say be the sun, the core, you can be one energy, but emote in an opposite way because it adds some kind of balance. You dig? For instance, with Virgo being the sun, Virgo is detailed. Virgo is discriminating. Virgo is a perfectionist. Virgo is very, very detailed and cautious, nervous, inquisitive, always in the barbed wire fence of their brain and their mind and their existence, trying to figure it out logically and rationally before they can feel. However, Pisces being in your moon sign is just the opposite, naturally, right? And it goes out and feels before it actually puts it together in the detailed barbed wire fence area. You get that? They have different approaches, right? So it's good that your emotions, in my opinion, if your Virgo is holding you down, trying to get him down, trying to get that rationale, almost forgot who I was reading, him down, trying to get that rationale, his moon is out there emoting. His moon is out there balancing out his personality with some emotionality, and he's not so stark and or logical. It's a nice balance. But here's the thing about the baby. I forgot, I had to come back. Thank you, Spirit. Especially youngsters with the moon in Pisces, they have the ability to see. I'm not sure if you know that. And if you do, it might or if he knows, and if you know, here's my advice. You can take it or leave it. Do yourself a big favor and to help him to nurture that aspect, that psychic, intuitive aspect of himself. Why? Because the Virgo in him doesn't have use for it. The Virgo being the opposite of that psychic, intuitive energy is like, what the fuck? It wants to shun it. It doesn't believe it because it's not real. Does that make sense, my child? It doesn't believe it because it's not real. But it is absolutely, as far as I'm concerned, real. And it is a gift that Moon and Pisces people, especially the babies, the youngsters, have. But it might scare him, especially with that, what's on his rise? Let's see what's on his Capricorn on his rise. Oh my God, he's really shutting it down. Earth signs, they don't have time for the energetics. Let me say that again. Earth signs have a very difficult time understanding the nebulous because earth signs and air signs, for that matter, for the most part, loves to make things practical and realistic. Right? So the rise Capricorn, even when it sees it, it's like, that's not real. When the Virgo gets the information, oh, that's really not real. And I'm going to try to prove it. But the moon is out there going, I don't know what you're talking about, but this is what I see. So here's the caution. For the baby, you're going to have to nurture that. Or else he can turn into a man that is afraid of his shadow, that's afraid of spirit, that's afraid of the angels, of ancestors, of the folks on the other side that are willing to assist him and that are going to continue to assist him because he has a wide open gate. Moon in Pisces, veil up. You understand what I mean? Know what I mean? Know what I'm saying? Watch that baby, nurture that baby. Make sure he knows he is loved and he's not, for the lack of a better word, crazy. All right. Anyway, Christy Terrell, you're the last person I'm going to read. All right. All right. I don't see any general questions, y'all. Y'all got me. I'm wide open. You can ask anything you want today. What y'all doing this weekend? You want to talk about that? You have any statements, anything you want to say to start a conversation? That'd be cool too. Otherwise, I'm going to read this sweet lady, Christy Terrell, and then I'm going to read a card and get the heck on out of here. And y'all can start your Friday. It's dark on the East Coast, ain't it? Good God, this freaking time change, has it gotten you backwards, y'all? I'm just saying. You're most welcome, sweetie pie. You are most welcome. I love doing babies reads. I love doing children's readings. Ooh, by the way, it brings me back to my Monday point, or was that last Friday, in regards to early education when it comes to children. So here's a little astrological lesson, if you catch it. If he has a Capricorn rise, that means most likely he got Aquarius on the 2nd and got Pisces on the 3rd. The Virgo sun makes him a very, very intelligent person, but Pisces on the 3rd, and more than likely he got that moon in Pisces in the 3rd. It makes him a very imaginative learner. So he fits, at least that's what I'm saying, what I'm seeing. I don't see his chart, but typically if you read the chart like that with Capricorn on the 1st, Aquarius, Pisces on the 3rd, that means more than likely that moon, that emotion is going to be in that 3rd house of early education. He's emotional about school, emotional about not getting it right, especially because he's a Virgo. Oh my God, and he wants to be perfect, but he can't if he's seeing it in his imagination. He needs to learn both ways, the rational and the artistic way, because he takes his time with it and he can't beat himself up and be critical about how much he's not getting it like a Virgo. He learns like a Pisces. Does that make sense? Shit, that was a lot of words. I hope that made sense because I had to come out. It's almost like spirit pushed that out my mouth. Or your grandmother is a lady with a black coat on that just walked up. That's really interesting. And I'm going to be honest with you, my child, and I'm not being disrespectful. This is for the sake of identifying the person. She doesn't have a good smell. The woman that just came up and pushed that information in me with spirit's help is an ancestor on the other side that doesn't smell well. And I'm not being facetious. It's almost like, you know how sometimes elders will sit in their urine, or maybe they was in a hospital or a hospice situation and they weren't cleaned right, or, you know, hormones. I'm starting to recognize too. My BO, when these fucking flashes and shit, my BO is changing. I'm like, ooh, I smell different. So as an elder, maybe she had some interesting body odor or something, but this is the woman that was bringing that information. Just wanted to let you know. That's that. Okay. Anybody else? Okay. Moni Love said, I got a big move coming and I feel emotional but ready. Any advice heading this way with Aquarius sun and Sagittarius moon? Now, that's not the way we ask questions, Moni Love. You know that. You know better than that. The only reason why I gave the little baby the extra information, because, you know, he's a baby. But I can't see your whole chart and you ask me about moving. This is what I will tell you now that my brain as a teacher starts to click, and I'm Sonja, so I try to find a way until I can't. If I don't know your rising, I don't even know what your 4th house is, because your 4th house is a house of moving and home. So I can't help you. I really can't help you. You got to let me know your rise, Moni Love. You got to let me know your rise, baby. All I can tell you in this moment, since you ask a specific question, is pay attention when the moon is in Sagittarius, since you do have a Sag moon. Why? Because it gives you the most energy to do what you need to do. But for some reason, I just heard you don't need to move right now. You're moving too fucking fast. That's what you're doing. Probably need to slow down and get a better idea. Okay, so your answer is being brought through intuitively. And y'all just bully me like this. Just bully me, you and them. They said sit your ass down. They said just wait a minute. The answers are coming. Right. I'm just going to say this and I'm going to move on. The answers are coming for you, sweetie pie, but there's a lot of answers. There's a lot of opportunities. There's a lot of options on your table. And to be truthful with you, sometimes that's a little bit more discerning, or I should say, that's not the word, right? That's a little bit more off-putting in a way than having 2 or 3 options. You ever been to Cheesecake Factory or one of those restaurants when they have 10, 12 pages on the menu? I just sit there like, God damn, I don't want all these salads. Why you got 15 salads and 7 types of hamburgers and goddamn 14 tacos? God, can we just give me one type of taco? So the bottom line is that I feel is that don't be sorry, Moni Love. I'm going to do my best, but I'd rather y'all take responsibility and ask the question properly. That's what I'm asking for. So you can help me help you. So don't be sorry. You said what you said already and spirit took over. So here's the thing though. To finish you off is this. There's too many options. Too many people you're reaching out to. You got your eyes in all these motherfucking fires, or you're doing too much of other things and you can't see the options. Either or. Slow down and let it become available to you is what this lady is saying. Ooh-wee. That's all I'm going to say. Rob, is that you? Capricorn Sun, Scorpio Moon, Sagittarius Rising. I don't know if I ever told you this, but that Scorpio Sag combination always not concerns me, but always puts me on pause. But because you are a Capricorn, and I think I did tell you this now that I remember. If you have a specific question, ask me, and please help it to be helpful for the whole group if that's anyway possible. Let me reiterate, possibly. That Sag, and this is for everybody else too, that Sag-Scorpio combination in the 3 big obvious is challenging oftentimes. Why? Because the Scorpio deals with destructions and Sagittarius deals with dismissiveness. Did I say enough? You're welcome, Oni Love. Did I say enough? So with that in mind, your Scorpio moon and its emotional state loves to blow shit up. Oftentimes, maybe sometimes, as you grow older, hopefully it lessens and lessens. And then your Sag rise is like, what? I blew it up? Who gives a fuck? What? Huh? Who, me? Here's the thing that saves you though, and I think I did tell you this, is your Capricorn Sun. Capricorn makes you more responsible. Just be careful not to blow shit up. And sometimes don't, this is what I just heard. Sometimes do your best to I don't know how to say this, but I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna attempt. Do your best to refrain from making people projects. If you make people projects and they don't follow the directions in which you would like them to, because you know how to help a person or help a situation, if they don't follow what it is that you have set for them to do, in a sense, because you want to help them, you want to help them find a car, they moved in, or whatever the case may be. The Scorpio and you can get a little vengeful. The Scorpio you can get their feelings hurt because they feel like they put out, that energy feels like it put out a lot of work and investment. Does that make sense? And then the Sag will be like, I'm not going to help you no more anyway. It's a weird little combination, but you set yourself up doing it by making people projects. Stop making people projects. Rob, did I tell you this already? Okay. You're welcome. You said thank you for the reminder. Sometimes spirit has a way of reminding. Because here's the deal. If you're used to doing that shit all your life, do you think it's going to take 1 reading, 2 readings, a couple of months for it to change? No, we do have to be reminded. We do have to, some things and information do need to be confirmed. especially when we don't make things a ritual in our lives, especially when we don't wake up with something on our brain and a focus, especially when we don't curtail the things that we say, or we don't pay attention to how we react before we react. How can we change our characteristics and our abilities and ways in which we go through the world if we don't check ourselves? Sometimes we're not checking ourselves. Sometimes it's like, I just want to scratch my ass. I don't want to be aware and conscious in this moment. And that's a choice too. But you will forget. So you got to get back on the horse. That's all. Make sense? Rob, the last couple of years has been about not taking on other people's shit and letting them walk it out on their own. You know what I used to say when I first started doing readings, Rob? I used to say this too about Virgos, but this can actually apply to anybody and everybody, right? Folks that need to help, that have this need, this service in them, that they just need to make the shit, again, make people a project and make their message and their assistance known. Somebody comes and knocks on the door real hard. I want some sugar. And you're tired of giving this fucking neighbor some sugar. The example is this, the analogy is this. If the neighbor keeps knocking on the door for some sugar, you're going to be out of sugar each and every time when you want some sugar. Not unless you're just going to spend all this money on buying sugar. What happens if the neighbor knocks on the door the next day and you don't answer the door? What happens? Rob, this is not just for you. This is for everybody. What happens? That motherfucker's either gonna go to the next door or is gonna get their ass up and go to the store and buy some sugar on their own. The bottom line is, it's not your job. It's God's job to save people, assist people. We got God in us, but that doesn't make us God. We still humans too. We got our own shit to contend with. I'm just saying. They're gonna figure it out, Rob. They're gonna figure it out with love. With love. Thank you, my child. Actually, I don't know if I ever announced this because she was in the midst of doing it. My friend Sandrine has an Etsy page. I think it's Sandrine K Studios or Sandrine Studios, where she has all of her jewelry up. 80, I'm gonna say 70% of the jewelry that I wear is absolutely from Sandrine. Go to Etsy, ETSY, you know what Etsy is, right? And look up Sandrine, SANDRINEK Studios or Sandrine K Jewelry. And you can buy some pieces. She's so freaking talented. It's crazy. Crazy. All right, y'all. I don't see any more questions or statements. So I'm going to read the card for the day or for the weekend and mosey on. I'm so grateful that the 12 of you are in here. I'm really appreciative of your diehardness. Trust and believe. I really am. Let's see what this card has to say for us today. I don't want to install. Oh, come on, phone. You know, Mercury retrograde is creeping up on us. I think we're almost within 10 days, and computers and situations been acting a little goofy lately. So protect yourself by saving and triple saving, okay? Just in case. Don't move so fast where you're like, do I need to save this? Just do it. You never know. All right. Here's the prayer. Great Mother, Father God, all my guardian angels and ancestor spirits. Be your own master. Bada bing, bada bang. The master. I like this card. You're welcome, China Wings. China Wings. Christy Terrell, did I not read your chart? I sure did not. Oh, shit. My bad, baby. Hold on. I'm so glad I saw that. I did start with you, and then I totally jumped you, huh? Okay, this is what we'll do. We'll read the card real quick for everybody, and then lastly, I'm going to read Christy, so stick around, okay? I hope you stayed on here. Are you still on here? And my apologies, honey. The hormones, girl, the hormones and the residue from the 90s and the 80s and the 2000s and the okay, the master. The master in Zen is not a master over others, but a master of himself. And this mastery is reflected in his every gesture and his every word. He is not a teacher with the doctrine to impart, nor a supernatural messenger with a direct line to God, but simply one who has become a living example of the highest potential that lives within each and every human being. In the eyes of the master, a disciple finds his own truth reflected. And in the silence of the master's presence, the disciple can fall more easily in the silence of his own being. The community of seekers that arises around a master becomes an energy field that supports each unique individual in finding his or her own inner light. Once that light is found, the disciple comes to understand that the outer master was just a catalyst, a device to provoke the awakening of the inner. Do y'all get that? Do y'all get that? Listen, we all learn and we all come together as the village that we are. And I do not use that word lightly. Truly, truly, I don't. No one is better than the other. My job possibly may be, hey, y'all, come over here. This is something I want to show you. And in that moment, then we have an accountant that says, we can do this. A lawyer that says, we can do this. A set designer that says, we can do this. A person that says, let me type out your messages. No one is more important than the next. Everybody has a job. In regards to this master, it's like seek masters or the would-be masters. Keep learning. Keep moving, keep growing, keep taking and building off of people. Don't subscribe to them in a way in which you want to put them on a pedestal and make them bigger than God or just as close to God. That's that's unrealistic. First of all, and everybody is human doing their thing. But when we come together in the power of God, we are a whole lot bigger, especially void of ego, and knowing exactly that this is just what we came here to do in love and in light. That's what that MasterCard is saying. Find the master within, find the masters around, add to your own mastery and continue to evolve. Okay, that's the message. Christy, let me go back to you, and I appreciate you being so cute with that. Okay, maybe next time. I hope that card helps you, y'all. You want to stick around for Christy's read real quick? Please do so. This is for this sweet lady. I can't find it. Cancer Sun. Oh, that's why you're so sweet. Cancer Sun, Moon in Virgo, and a Taurus rising. Oh, I love all of that earth and water. Absolute. First of all, I don't know why I was prompt to tell you this. Better your relationship with food. I hope that makes sense. I heard very, very loud and clear. Better your relationship with food. Food is necessary for you and everybody else on the planet. But what I mean by that is because you have a Cancer sun and you have a Taurus rising, you love food, right? But food is bigger than that for Taurus and Cancers. It's about identity sometimes, it's about comfort, it's about security, it's about what looks good, what's pretty, it's about what's proper, it's about what saves you and what nourishes you, what nurture you. With Cancer and Taurus energy and that big food relationship, I just heard really, really quickly, it's best that you know how to eat better to feed your soul instead of feeding your confusion. I hope that makes sense. And the reason why I saw confusion is because sometimes your Virgo energy doesn't know how to take all that information. Ooh, Christy, I hope this is not out of the blue and off the cuff because I really feel strongly about this. They are helping you to change your diet and your relationship, your understanding, your dynamic with how nutrients work. It's a science for you, either right now or it's about to be. Christy, are you still there? Is this a bunch of malarkey, or does this ring true in any kind of way? I'm just asking for a friend. Nah. The elders love you. I just heard. I don't. It's the comforting, secure, loving, for lack of a better word, squishy kind of disposition that you have. You're welcoming. You let everybody come into your world, into your life, and you nourish. And are you present? Did that make sense? Are you with me? Is this good? Um, but what I keep hearing too is that you take on a lot and that you may be running out of space, either literal space in your house, literal space in your closet, literal space in your refrigerator. You can't feed too many people no more, or literal space in your heart. They want you to clean out, Christy. Oh, I hope this is making sense, honey pie. Again, if it's not, please forgive me. I may be reading somebody else on this gosh darn thing. Here's the summary, though. It looks like there needs to be an incredible clean out. And I don't want to disrespect you in any way, but it literally feels like bags and stuff packed up, or things packed up, just stuff. And if it's not physically packed up in the house, it's packed up, baby. Okay, Christy, that'll be good. Because I'm going to be honest with you. Maybe my service is slow here. Are you hearing me? I'm just wondering if you're hearing me. If not, you can always come back, because I think I'm going to stop, because I don't want to go back and forth with this weird transmission. And more importantly, there's a lot of information that I don't feel privy to speak about publicly. So that's what I have for you. And please schedule before December 31st, because that certificate that's out and in my it's roaming in the on my social pages, but also what I sent out in the newsletter is a certificate for $350 for my readings, my 90-minute readings. They are going to go up. They are going to go up. So after December 31st, they will go up, but you can pay for it now and schedule anytime next year. Anytime you want, anytime you're ready, okay? I'm just wondering if you didn't get mine. I don't know what that means, honey. I'm sorry, Christy. It might be a service, because I think you're answering questions or commenting on something I may have said a little bit ago, and I don't remember in this moment in time. So forgive me. Oh, my child. She says this download is all for us, Sonia. You make me cry tears of joy sometimes. Oh, much love to you, baby love. Much love to you. And the village hut and the village is two different things. Y'all do know that, right? The village is a community of people in which we will gather as a membership starting on January 1st. There's a pre-sign up on December 1st. The village is a community. The hut is a little bit smaller than the village. This is where we teach spirituality. This is where we teach about altars. This is where we teach about astrology and reading natal charts. The hut is going to be presented in two different ways. You'll be able to take it with me for an 8-week period, or you can take it online at your leisure. However long you want to take it, it's going to be set up in an a la carte fashion, so you can take your time in taking the course. And again, that'll be available on January 1st as well, or around about the 1st of the year. Okay. All right. I'm out of here, y'all. I hope this makes sense, and I hope this Freestyle Friday was beneficial for you. It served you in some kind of way. Yo, go out there and serve yourself. Again, be your own master. Figure it out. Stay in your lane. That's what we were talking about. That's the whole circle moment. Staying in your lane, being your master, figuring you out. Seriously, you came here for a reason. Might as well figure it out. Through the mistakes, through the victories, through it all. It's not personal. Just have fun, y'all. Stay in the light and pray for the others. All right? Much love to you. Have a good weekend, please. All right, see you later.